If you're anything like me, you started playing Monster Hunter, and you were terrible at it. Maybe you're still learning how combat works. Maybe you just like going for the boss's face too much. That's okay. But it's probably getting you hurt a lot, or killed a lot. So let's work on an armor set that's gonna keep us alive. Meet your new friend, Divine Blessing. Divine Blessing is a skill that whenever it does proc, and it procs fairly often, it reduces the damage you take by a certain percentage. Divine Blessing can be leveled up to 3, giving us a potential 50% damage reduction randomly on certain hits. As you can imagine, this is a lifesaver against bigger creatures. When you take damage, you take 2 forms of damage. The first form is just a complete loss of health, which is half of the damage that was dealt to you. The second form, the other half, is the red bar damage, which you can passively regenerate. A 50% proc of Divine Blessing cuts both of these forms of damage in half. So if you end up passively regenerating the red bar health that you lost, you're only taking 25% of that damage, although you shouldn't rely too much on the passive regeneration. In the early game, at low rank, we're going to grab the Legiana Helm and the Lumu Pants, giving us a 2-stack of Divine Blessing. This is the best we're going to be able to do until we reach high rank, unless you end up killing a Kirin a couple of times for that 3rd stack on the chest piece. However, you can just build yourself a Blessing Charm to fill the void as well with some additional Paolumu kills. The other slots can be filled with whatever you want depending on what you're going for. At low rank, I think Divine Blessing is as good as it is at high rank, which is why I think it's so valuable. Things like defense boost in the low rank are okay since defense values are lower overall, but they're all static bonuses like +5 and +10, and the amount of skills that you can get at the low rank are not very high. Divine Blessing is always percentage based, and 30 to 50% damage reduction at certain times is almost like not getting hit at all, since like I said earlier, you can regen back some of that health. You can round out your low-rank Divine Blessing set with some Ingot Greaves and Gloves to get a health and defense boost if you do want to go with a more defensive-based build, or you can go something a little more offensive, like a double artillery stack of Lumu Gloves and Anja Boots for you Charge Blade or ranged weapon users. As we move into beginner high rank, things are going to hit even harder, which gives more value to Divine Blessing to negate those hits where you're going to need to chug a Mega Potion afterwards. Legiana Helm B gets us that 2-stack with the decoration slot, meaning we can just pop in a Divine Blessing decoration into that slot and meet our quota for level 3 with 1 armor piece. From then on, you're pretty free to do whatever you want since we have 4 other armor slots to work with. Alternatively, you can just upgrade the charm mentioned earlier up to level 3 very easily and just completely avoid devoting any armor pieces to this skill. The main point I want to make is if you're a new player, if you're still learning combat, Divine Blessing procs a good amount of the time and enables you to have a much more forgiving combat experience. It's not going to save you all the time, and you should not expect it to do so. But Divine Blessing plus a Vitality Mantle is going to get you out of a bad situation more often than you think, or save you from eating a big chunk of damage. I highly recommend trying it out if you're still learning combat, or if you're trying to learn a new weapon, or if you're just a greedy player trying to go for big hits so that you're punished less often. You can also utilize other builds alongside it once you reach high rank, since you can reach level 3 using only 1 armor piece. As you learn the game more and more, you can wean yourself off of it, but when you're first starting out, it's pretty nice, and I've been using it for many, many hours and still really like its effect. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.